Hi girls! So today we're going to be going over a way that you can help the environment at home really easily without having to do anything like gardening or composting or anything like that. So the way this works is basically we're going to be making seed bombs, which are little balls of seed, clay, soil, and water that you can place outside that will eventually, when the rain hits, dissolve and spread seeds out into the environment. What's really neat about seed bombing is that you can do it pretty much anywhere, that you are allowed to. Always make sure you're allowed to plant before you put seeds anywhere. And it's a really good way to help bees specifically. So bees are really important because they pollinate flowers and keep them healthy. And bees actually have been struggling a little bit recently because of the lack of pollination flowers. So we're going to get started. I have my bag of seeds right here. These are all pollinator flowers. So we're going to go ahead and begin. So I'm going to eyeball my measurements, but basically you need enough water to make your seeds stick, some clay, some seed, and then some soil. But we actually are going to get the soil last because I don't want to drag dirt through my house. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in the water and the seeds, and then I will put a lump of clay in. I'm not going to pour all the water in. Because I don't want to add too much. It's easier to add too little and then keep adding as you need than to pour the whole thing in and then find out you have too much. So just pour a little bit of water into your bowl and then you can add your seeds. So I have added my seeds in and now I'm going to add in my clay, and I'm just going to take a handful of it. Okay, and this is the part where we take it outside because I'm actually going to be mixing this with my hands and I'm going to have to add dirt to it and it's going to get super messy. So make sure you're outside for this part. Alright, so I have pulled my soil from just anywhere in your yard, and I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, and then I will show you when it's done being mixed. Alright, so this is what my mixture looks like after I've mixed it up. It might be a different color depending on what clay you used, but mine's just kind of brown. There's plenty of seed and dirt in there, so we're going to rip that up, make it into smaller balls, and we're going to put it, I have a baking pan with foil over top of it. If you don't have a baking pan, you can just use foil. Make sure you have it so that it'll stick down. But if you're using a baking pan, please put foil over it. Do not upset your parents. Put foil over your baking pan so that it's easier to clean up and your parents aren't baking with clay residue on their baking pan. So make sure you've covered the baking pan. Okay, it is a nice hot day. I am going to leave these out in direct sunlight. And we're going to come back in a few hours to see if they're dry. It could take overnight for them to dry, and if it does, I will just show you how dry they are in a few hours, and then I will have photos up on Facebook for you all to see once they're fully dry. So we're just going to let them dry for a little bit. Alright girls, so this is what they look like once they're dry. For me, they took about 3 hours in the sun to dry. They might take longer for you. But we can just toss these in the soil now. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you that because it is dark outside now. But once I've tossed them in the soil, I will send you photos. Bye!